Like, I can do 5 rounds any day of the year, no matter how much time I have off. I can have the whole year off. I guarantee you I'll get through the 5 rounds.
All I'm thinking about now is coming out and finishing Tony Ferguson in the first round.
Hey everyone, welcome back to Inside the Cage, where we bring you the latest and exciting updates of UFC. First, hit that subscribe button if you haven't already. Fight challenge of Alexander Volkanovski. In a surprising turn of events, Australian UFC champion Alexander Volkanovski has eagerly accepted the challenge of a rematch with lightweight champion Islam Makhachev, despite the short 11-day notice. This opportunity arose after Makhachev's original opponent, Charles Oliveira, had to withdraw from the fight. While Volkanovski wasn't scheduled to return to the octagon until January to face Ilia Topuria, he has decided to seize this unexpected chance for redemption. Interestingly, his goal is to avenge a previous defeat at the hands of Makhachev earlier in the year. When asked by Fox Sports' Nico Pajarillo if he might be coming into the fight underprepared, Volkanovski was candid. He admitted that it wasn't the fight he had initially prepared for, but he's been maintaining his fitness and is ready to give it his all. In his words, the champion is determined to make the most of this opportunity and leave it all in the octagon. Yep, it's not his original plan. Shortly, he's gearing up for an epic showdown this Sunday in Abu Dhabi.
Compared to how it would be every other camp, like when I'm going with a 12-week or 8-week camp.
Yeah.
All right, I'm not going to lie to everyone's face and say, oh, no, I'm in the exact same shape. Like, you know what I mean? It's a complete lie. But if anyone can do 5 rounds, literally at this notice, it's me. Like, I can do 5 rounds any day of the year, no matter how much time I have off. I can have the whole year off. I guarantee you I'll get through the 5 rounds. And I'll still be competitive with any man in the world. I am that guy that can do that.
You know, it's pretty obvious that Volkanovski was itching for a rematch with Makhachev, even if it meant moving up a weight class. But most of his fans thought it had happened down the road. Surprisingly, Volkanovski's all in, and he's not sweating the short notice. He's the kind of guy who thrives on these challenges, despite the risks involved. And get this, he told in his talk that his recent training sessions have his body all tuned up and ready to roll for this weekend's fight. Now, that's some serious confidence right there. Paddy Pimblett's mission to the top. Paddy Pimblett is fully aware that his upcoming showdown with Tony Ferguson at UFC 296 is a make-or-break moment for him. It's been a whole year since he's been in the octagon, so this bout is crucial for both their careers. Essentially, Pimblett's got this massive hype surrounding him, and on the flip side, Tony Ferguson's been on a 7-fight losing streak. Additionally, Pimblett knows that to establish himself in the top 15 and silence any doubters, he's got to do more than just win. He's got to finish El Cucuy and make a resounding statement in that cage.
Can't get ahead of myself, especially after my last performance. All I'm thinking about now is coming out and finishing Tony Ferguson in the first round. You know what I mean? Make his statements, let everyone know what they were missing, and then I'll start looking at ranked opponents in the new year. I'm not, as I say, I've got a statement to make. It's been a while since I've had so long out the cage. By the time I fight, I'll have had over a year out of the cage, and the amount of training I've done to get better, and I'm just a different fighter. You know what I mean? It's going to be the Paddy 2.0. A new mythical fight is going to get unlocked.
And guess what? Paddy Pimblett isn't just talking the talk. He's calling this the Paddy 2.0 inches showdown against Tony Ferguson. Moreover, he's embracing the time off like a champ, seeing it as an opportunity to level up. Pimblett's confident that he's going to make a massive statement at UFC 296. So the hype is real and he's ready to bring it. Volkanovski versus Makhachev update. Lately, the UFC is making a comeback to Abu Dhabi on October 21st at the Etihad Arena. The main event is going to be a real showstopper with UFC lightweight champ Islam Makhachev defending his title in a rematch against featherweight champ Alexander Volkanovski. And hold on to your seats, my friend. You see, it is the co-main event, and it marks the much-anticipated return of Khamzat Chimaev, who's moving back up to middleweight to face former welterweight champ Kamaru Usman. While in the main event of UFC 294, Makhachev versus Volkanovski 2 is going to be live from the Etihad Arena on October 21st, 2023. Here, the prelims get rolling at 10 a.m. ET 7 a.m. PT, and the main card action kicks off at 2 p.m. ET 11 a.m. PT. Now, if you're craving a sneak peek behind the scenes, the first episode of UFC 294 Embedded is where the action starts. Khamzat Chimaev and his opponent, Kamaru Usman, are revving up as usual. Champ Alexander Volkanovski is getting all fired up about this surprise second chance. Johnny Walker is aiming to make a statement, and Usman? Well, he's packing like a pro. Plus, Champ Islam Makhachev is hitting the training mats with none other than the legendary Khabib. It's going to be one heck of a show for sure. Guys, if you're enjoying the video, we'd love your support. Just hit that subscribe button to motivate us to bring you more exciting content. New fight against retired UFC fighter. Jake Paul is proving to be quite the challenging figure in the world of boxing. Confidently, he is taking on his critics and agreeing to yet another showdown with a retired UFC superstar. However, the YouTuber-turned-boxer recently dropped a teaser for his upcoming fight on Instagram and made his intentions clear on DAZN. He's dead set on pursuing a career in boxing, firmly believing that it's his destiny to capture a world championship, and he's willing to do whatever it takes to get there. Now, Jake Paul hasn't been without his share of controversy, facing backlash for picking opponents who are considered past their prime. Also, he claimed victory over UFC legends like Anderson Silva and Nate Diaz. But despite all the criticism, he's not backing down. After his bout with Tommy Fury, he bounced back with a fight in August, where he secured a unanimous decision win against Nate Diaz. Furthermore, Jake Paul's been pretty active this year, stepping into the ring twice against Fury and Diaz. And now, he's prepping for his third fight of the year, which is scheduled for December. According to the word on the street, his opponent will be none other than Jorge Masvidal, the former UFC BMF champion who's been making headlines, especially in his rivalry with Diaz. Recently, Masvidal retired from the UFC, and previously, he seemed to suggest that all the trash talk with Paul was more for show than anything else. But new reports are pointing in a different direction, indicating that Masvidal might be gearing up for a December showdown. Now, if this Masvidal-Paul matchup goes down, it'll mark Masvidal's debut in the world of boxing. However, we've seen in the past that MMA fighters often face a tough transition into the boxing world, with names like Conor McGregor, Nate Diaz, Anderson Silva, Dylan Dennis, and others finding it challenging to adapt to the boxing ring. So, it's a showdown that's bound to stir up some excitement and curiosity among fans from the world of MMA. Alex Volkanovski's dietitian drops shocking secret. You won't believe it, but Alex Volkanovski's dietitian is saying that taking this fight on just 11 days' notice against Islam Makhachev might actually work in the Aussie's favor this weekend at UFC 294 in Abu Dhabi. Volk shocked fans worldwide when he answered Dana White's call after Charles Oliveira got injured last week. Now, he's the underdog against the imposing Russian, but Jordan Sullivan is all in on his chances. Particularly, Sullivan is pointing to Volkanovski's legendary work ethic and his natural body composition as key assets. Plus, the fact that the featherweight champ is on a mission to avenge his loss to Makhachev in Perth earlier this year at UFC 284 is giving him that extra motivation. Every week we do this testing for baseline power and explosiveness, and we use that to see how he's tracking, Sullivan told News Corp. Last week, Alex threw up better numbers than he did for all of the camp for the last Islam fight. All in all, Sullivan explained very well about Volkanovski. He mentioned that the guy's no stranger to hard work. He used to be a rugby league player down on the New South Wales South Coast, and he's been always training. Certainly, it's not like he's just been lounging on the couch. The champ's been staying active and keeping in shape, which is a big plus. He's a 365-day fighter and he eats relatively clean too, he added. Volk is always in good shape. 99% of other fighters wouldn't be in a position to take this fight. Additionally, Volkanovski's got another thing working in his favor. His high muscle mass. That's going to make shedding those pounds this week a bit easier. Even though he's got to drop 13 kilograms in just 2 weeks, his metabolism kicked into gear, and he lost 4 kilograms in just the first couple of days. Surely it's pretty impressive how his body's responding to this challenge. All right, guys, that's all for today. Don't forget to like and subscribe to our channel. See you at the next one. Until then, goodbye.